You already know Tyrannosaurus rex, right? The land monster everyone fears because it could grow over 12 meters long, weigh around 8 to 9 tons, and deliver a bite force over 6 tons. So on land, if you saw T-Rex, you're already in trouble. Still, there's something at least you can try. Try to react, run, or hide. But what happens if you're not on land? Because 150 million years ago, the ocean had similar problems. But unlike T-Rex, you wouldn't even see it coming. Because back then, in late Jurassic, the world was completely different. Sea levels were much higher than today, which means shallow seas covered large parts of continents, and those waters were not dominated by fish like modern oceans, but by marine reptiles, including ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, and the one that hunted them all, pliosaurs, especially Pliosaurus funki, also known as Predator X, and T-Rex of ocean. Discovered in Arctic regions like Svalbard, this creature could reach around 10 to 13 meters in length, which is already comparable to large theropods, while its skull alone measured around 2 meters long, which is longer than your entire body. So if this animal bites you, there are much higher chances you'll vanish from the sight. And if you take a look at the teeth, it's not razor sharp, but cone-shaped, with length 20 to 30 centimeters long. Perfect for gripping and crushing rather than slicing. Means once when it closes its jaws, nothing could slip out. But that would be the least thing to worry about once you learn about its bite force. Because estimates suggest Predator X could deliver between 30,000 to 50,000 newtons of force, which puts it in the same league as or even beyond T-Rex in some models. But the part people miss: T-Rex bites on land, Predator X bites in water. And water removes weight limits, so it can use its entire body mass without fighting gravity. That allows it to shake, twist, and drag prey instantly, similar to a crocodile's death roll, but scaled up to something the size of a bus, which means the moment it grabs you, the fight isn't happening in your favor anymore. It's already over, and that becomes even worse when you realize how it moves. Because Predator X didn't swim like a snake or eel or mosasaur, it had 4 powerful flippers, which allowed it to generate fast bursts of speed. And in water, acceleration matters more than top speed, because you don't need a long chase, you need one successful strike. And that means it could suddenly close distance before you even process danger. And if you still think you have a chance, I better remind you, Jurassic seas were not clear blue water like modern tropical oceans. They were often filled with sediment and plankton, reducing visibility significantly, sometimes to just a few meters. So even something massive can stay hidden until it's already close. And water doesn't carry sound the same way as air, so you wouldn't clearly hear it either, which means your first real signal isn't a warning, but a direct impact. But if you truly want to understand how terrifying creature it was, you have to take a look at what it was hunting, because predators are defined by their prey. And Predator X wasn't chasing small fish, it targeted large marine reptiles, including plesiosaurs that were several meters long, and fast ichthyosaurs that already had speed advantages, which means if it can hunt animals built for water survival, you are not even part of the challenge. You're easier than its normal prey. And fossil evidence supports this, because bite marks on large marine reptiles show direct attacks from massive pliosaurs, which confirms these weren't passive hunters, they were active apex predators controlling entire ecosystems. And everything about its body reinforces that role, because Predator X had forward-facing eyes, which gives depth perception, allowing accurate targeting. And its skull bones were thick and reinforced to handle extreme pressure, and its neck was short and muscular, which means more force is transferred directly into the bite instead of being absorbed. And all of that leads to one conclusion. This animal wasn't built for long fights. It was built to end encounters instantly, and that's what makes the ocean version worse. Because on land, you have options. You can run, hide, or at least see distance. But in water, you move slower than something built for it, you lose visibility, and you lose sound direction, and you also lose reaction time. So compared to T-Rex, Predator X doesn't just hunt you, it removes your ability to respond at all. So 150 million years ago, if you entered that ocean, you weren't stepping into water, you were stepping into a system where the top predator had every advantage, and you had none. And that's why the ocean didn't need a T-Rex, because it already had something worse. If you like more prehistoric content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll meet again in next video.